segment of A Bit of Addison History, I would like to focus on Addison's historic downtown. Although businesses dotted both sides of Lake Street from Villa Avenue to Addison Road, many of the earliest images of Addison are often featuring the northeast corner of Lake Street and Addison Road to depict Addison's central business district. This was the location of the Marquardt General Store and the Hoher Meat Market. The Marquardt General Store was built by Heinrich Marquardt, who had been a farmer in Bloomingdale Township. The store was begun by contractor Holstein in 1890 and was completed in 1892. Marquardt also had a home built at 13 East Lake Street across the street from the store. He and his family moved into the home in 1892. The store was operated by his son, William H. Marquardt. The store sold general merchandise, groceries, and farm implements. In 1895, William married Amanda Languth, and they started to raise a family. It is believed that the family lived above the general store. The Marquardts first had a daughter, Laura, and then a son, Victor. In 1906, Amanda gave birth to triplets. One male triplet was stillborn, and another died a couple of years later, leaving their daughter Alicia as the only surviving triplet. In 1905, when William became Addison's postmaster, he moved the post office into this general store. The store was conveniently located near Addison Train Depot, making delivery of the mail to and from Chicago much easier. In the 1910 census, William is listed as a retail merchant dry goods. He and his wife Amanda and their 3 children and a female servant were living in the same home. William Marquardt passed away on December 15, 1934 at age 63 after living in Addison for 44 years. By 1938, the store was owned by Paul Keeney and Otto Cotty and renamed Addison Food Mart. The store sold both groceries and meat. Ironically, another Addison postmaster, Richard Lau, bought the store building in 1956 for use as a realty office. It later housed CPS Realty and then finally housed Century 21 Realty Office and a State Farm Insurance Agency, before being razed in the mid-1980s. The Hoher Meat Market is the building next door to the Marquardt General Store. Hermann Hoher was the son of William Friedrich Hoher, who had immigrated with his family to America from Rodewald, Germany in 1847. The family settled near Bensonville, where they took up farming. In 1867, he married Louise Feeney, who was a member of a local prominent family. Their son Herman was born in May 1871. The meat market was built in 1899, using the front half of the former Weber Roderman store, which had hosted village meetings before Addison's first village hall was built. By the 1910 census, Hoher is listed as living on Lake Street in Addison, and his business is listed as a meat market. Apparently, he sold the business by the end of 1919 because a local telephone directory lists a William Zimmerman at this same address. Zimmerman was a German who immigrated to the U.S. in 1908 or 1909. In the 1910 census, he is listed as single, living in Chicago and working in a butcher shop. By the 1920 census, William is in Addison on Lake Street and is working as a butcher in a retail market. In addition to selling meat, he and his wife Louise sold fruit and vegetables. In 1951, an ad for Munger's hardware store appears in telephone directories at this same address. By 1958, the hardware store is known as the Addison Hardware and Mill Supply. The building was demolished in the mid-1970s. You can learn more about the history of Addison by visiting the Addison Historical Museum. The museum is open Wednesdays and Fridays from noon to 4 p.m. The museum will also be open on Monday, January 15th.